Hey, good morning, guys. Today I'm going to try to get you a couple quick videos of printing white ink, okay, and basically how to print white, kind of my technique, my squeegee speed, squeegee angle. Maybe we'll go over push and pull. I think you guys kind of already know that. Flash. I have a flash over here. We'll kind of talk about how long we need to flash because that seems like a concern. And yeah, we'll do a couple prints today. I'm at Ryonet. It's set up as a classroom and showroom, not really as a production facility. So I will do my best to kind of articulate kind of how I would set up this space. All right, we'll get going. So I have actually a 230. It's a one color white, so this is a little higher mesh than what you guys would be using. But we're going to try to make it work. If for some reason I flub it up, I'll try to find a 156 or 110 like you guys are using. So all I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm finding some adhesive to use. If you guys are using spray, this is the point in which you would probably spray the palette. If you're not, you're using liquid adhesive, and that's a great option, guys. It keeps all the mist off of you, out of your nose and out of your mouth and lungs, and I wear glasses, so I hate using mist anymore, just because I always get it all over my glasses. So if I'm going to use liquid adhesive, I usually will bring it over after I apply it and let the flash warm it up for a moment before I actually use it. I'm just sticking one of these on here to do a test print. You could use an old shirt, a test print shirt, a reject shirt, whatever the case may be. But since we haven't printed this yet, I'm always going to do a test print first. Just going to move this flash out of the way until we're ready to use it. I have the flash set up about 2 inches up above the palette. I'm also just going to make sure that the camera's still pointing in the right place. Good, okay. So I took the screen, took the 2 registration marks on here and just lined it up to the center of my palette. Hopefully in the next couple videos I'll try to do multicolor. We can kind of go over how I would set that up. I'm just going to give this a quick stir. If you feel like it's hard to stir, or it's like maybe, I know some folks I talk to, they were like, it's too hard to stir. Break some off into a smaller container, or even just put some in the screen and you're going to agitate it with the squeegee. Just as long as we can get it warmed up. I choose a squeegee. It's a minimum of 2 inches bigger than the image. This one's a little larger. It doesn't need to be this large. It could be smaller, but I'm using kind of what I can find right now. One thing I like to kind of think about is the wider the squeegee, the more effort it's going to take for me to print. So it takes more energy. If I can go with a shorter squeegee, it'll just take less effort to actually push the squeegee. Okay, so I got my off contact set. Maybe after I do this, I will actually take the phone and show you the off contact setting that I have, but I don't want to mess up my I don't have a camera tripod. You're literally taped to a screen rack right now. Okay, so I mix this a little bit, but just to kind of demonstrate how I would do it in the screen, is I would just take it and agitate it in the screen. Okay? And then I'm going to flood the screen, and when I do that, I actually pick it up with my left hand, pick it up.
Josh!
Hey, man.
What's happening?
I'm just doing a video. No big deal, though. No, it's okay. It's fine. So I pick it up. I'm going to drag the squeegee across the image. And at about a 45-degree angle, I'm going to give it good downward force and slowly pass the squeegee. I'm going to come back. No need to flood it again, but I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so there's that. From here on my test print, I'm going to get my placement. Let's say this is 3 inches or so, and I might want this to be about 2.5 inches down on the front. Okay, so we're going to put the front of this shirt. This is 100% cotton. And maybe I'll try to get a better shot of this in a little bit. I'm sure you guys are loading fine, but I'll show you actually how I would lay out shirts and load. But I'm going to get a handful of this shirt, enough to where there's kind of like almost a little flap for my thumbs to live in. And I'm going to open this shirt up as much as I can, thumb the flaps, and then my hand holding it open. I'm going to load it on as far as I possibly can go, grab it by the shoulders, and bring it back to where it needs to live. And I just kind of check the sleeve seams to see where it is, meaning I want to see if it's center. I'm going to bring my screen down, do the same thing we did with the test print. We're going to flood. And you'll notice when I flood, I don't flood like this with the angle real low. I actually flood with the angle relatively high. I'm trying to engage the edge of the squeegee when I flood. Okay. And then again, nice and slow pass. Good downward force. And again, this is my foundation for the rest of the print. I think what I'll do is I'll give it one more pass, since it is a 230. That's pretty nice. We'll go nice and slow, good downward force, get it nice and smooth. Okay? And maybe we'll do another one where I can get the camera a little closer. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm flashing. The flash is about 2 inches above the shirt, above the print. And probably gonna be more than 10 or 12 seconds just because the palette's cold, right? So we need the palette and the ink to start warming up a little bit. My goal is to have it flash cured, which means cured to the touch, just barely sticky, but nothing's coming off of my hands. Okay. Nothing coming off on my hand, a little sticky. I feel pretty good about that. Give it a flood. It doesn't matter which way you flood, but it does always matter which way you print, meaning you always print in the same